Alright, what's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm using the Sony to vlog, so we'll see how it turns out. I haven't really messed with the settings for vlogging. As you guys know, I use it for all my other media though. I typically have been using the GoPro for vlogging, so we'll see how the Sony works out today. But what I want to talk to you guys today about is, God damn it, who's texting me? Is the 2018 Jeep JL Wrangler that has been released. It hasn't officially been released, but spy photos came out today. Actually, I think they came out yesterday. Today's Wednesday, so I think they came out yesterday actually. But spy photos came out of what we can really see. We can really now see what the Jeep actually looks like. A lot of it has been revealed. Obviously, the doors, hood, and the back and the top were covered in camo, but we can really see the new door handles, the new fender flares, the new grille with the new headlights. Some of the things that they took out, a couple things they changed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk around my Jeep JK. That is mine's actually a 2016 Wrangler Rubicon. So what I'm gonna do is walk around, show you guys kind of the differences between the new JL and the JK, which will now be old, because they haven't really changed much from the 2016 to the 2017. Alright, so when you're first looking at the front of the Jeep, the first thing you're gonna see is that the headlights are a little different, and I'll upload the photos here in a second, but you'll see that the headlight comes here and it's no longer a straight line. Actually, the headlight's a little more over and it's actually going to stick out a little here. They get rid of the turning signals here, and the reason why is because now they're incorporating them in the fenders. So my fenders are the flat fenders. These are stock fenders that are just trimmed, so we'll look at my brother's because he's got the full fender. So what they're going to do, see if we can get a better angle here. So now, and I'll show a picture here, but it's going to be a light with a turning signal, and it's all going to be integrated just into the fender. So the fenders look pretty much the same, although they have the lights integrated here with the turning signal, and then there's like a little molding strip that goes on the inside. Not sure how I feel about that, but that's not too much of a difference. And like I said, we're getting rid of the turning signals here. Headlights moved over just a little bit. It's probably a little bit bigger, I would assume, and then it comes into the grille. So the grille will be different. So yeah, that's going to be different with the lights in the front. Now the lights in the rear, they look kind of similar. They're a little bit smaller, and then they're in an LED light also. So they look definitely a little bit more modern. And probably my favorite thing is that they get rid of this license plate bracket, and they actually put it in the center, so you no longer have to put a plug. So I've got a little plug where the license plate bracket actually is right now. So that's going to come from the factory just like that, which is really cool, I think. So yeah, that does it for the lights part of it. And what they're also doing, another light, is they're going to do one actually on the mirror. So the mirror is going to have a light on it. I don't know if it's a turning signal or if it's just a marker light. I would assume it's a turning signal. Alright, so the next thing you'll notice from the front is the bumper change. So this is a stock bumper off a JKU Sahara. The new bumper, it's a lot slimmer, a lot thinner, more modern. It actually reminds me of the Rubicon 10th anniversary bumper, so I'll put those two up so you can see the comparison. But to me, it looks like the 10th anniversary bumper from the Rubicon, which I really like. Moves the fog lights out a little bit. Don't know if it's plastic or metal yet, because these front bumpers are plastic, and then they have a metal, obviously metal subframe behind them that protects the body in a car crash, but they are plastic bumpers. Same thing with the rear. It does get an updated bumper, which I'm not too much of a fan of. It looks kind of bulky and plasticky, kind of like these stock ones. And as you can see, my Jeep, obviously I have the Evo quarter pounder up front, and then I've removed the rear bumper. Alright, so like I said, the bumpers look pretty much the same. In one of the JL photos, so there's two photos that have been released. One of them has really similar to the Rubicon sliders. These are OEM Rubicon sliders, and the video has a Jeep that has very similar to those. They're a little bit larger, it looks like, but it's really hard to tell. So we know that one's for sure the Rubicon. Plus, when you see it from the back, it's got the red Rubicon shocks. This one, my brother's got aftermarket ones. I don't even remember which ones they are. I want to say they're Rugged Ridge or Poison Spider. They're boat sliders, so I don't remember exactly which ones they are. He's had them a while, but you'll see the other photo that I upload will have a lot bigger sliders with a little step, and that's going to be your Sahara version, because that's what the Saharas have come with. The Sport doesn't come with any protection on the side, which is kind of crappy. I always thought, but you get the side step when you get the Sahara, and then when you get the Rubicon, you actually get the rock sliders. So when you see both the photos that I upload, you'll see the difference between the Rubicon and the Sahara based on the sliders. They are keeping the 3-piece hardtops. My brother's got the original 3-piece hardtop still, so they are keeping that. The biggest, not the biggest upgrade, but an upgrade that I'm looking forward to is the door handles. My brother's got aftermarket door handles, but I have the stock ones. I wouldn't say it's the biggest upgrade, but it's a really nice upgrade. So these have the push button style, which work just fine. I don't know, dirt gets in there, they kind of get jammed up sometimes. You kind of have to press hard on the button. So this time they're getting a pull handle. So it's a 2-piece. That when you pull the handle, it obviously separates from the door handle. So it's a pull type, and then what you see, I don't know if it was on the passenger side, but it's definitely on the driver's side, is a lock and unlock button. So like most new cars have nowadays, the Wrangler's getting that technology where you can just press the button, and if you have the fob in your pocket, you can lock and unlock the Jeep that way. I don't think that's necessarily mean it's getting a remote start. I mean, yeah, a remote start, a push button start, but that's highly possible because it is saying that it has that technology. So it may, usually when cars have that technology, they do have a push button start technology. So we may be seeing that with the Wrangler. I don't know. That's all speculation because we haven't seen the inside photos released yet. So another thing you'll notice is one of the photos does have the KO2 mud trains, the new BFGs, so that's also an indication of your Rubicon version, because Rubicons always do come with BFG mud trains, and the Saharas and the Sports come with an all-terrain tire, less aggressive obviously, because they're not the Rubicon model. So like I said, with the rear, the only upgrades you see is the tail lights, the rear bumper. The hinges look a little different. The window kind of looks smaller, but I think that may be, I'm not sure, that could be the way the tire's sitting. But the third brake light's in the same spot. It's just a little more modern. It's a little bit slimmer. Nothing too huge there. So that's pretty much, I mean, that's pretty much what the outside differences between these two Jeeps. There's not huge differences. It does look like there's different locking pins on the hood. These are aftermarket ones, which I highly recommend because you can lock them. I still have the stock ones, the little pull type, which are junk, by the way. The hood vibrates a lot on the highway. Anytime there's heavy winds, the hood vibrates a lot. So you can upgrade these, just the little rubber insert, and it'll make it stiffer, so it won't vibrate as much. But if you're gonna do that, you might as well get locking ones, because anyone could literally just come up and open up the hood. So the next big upgrade, I would say, is, and I think this is the biggest upgrade, and the only reason why you probably would want the new Jeep versus a JK would be for the motor option. So supposedly there's still the 3.6 V6 option, which is a good option. It's not a bad motor. The Pentastar has kind of proven itself. Never really had any problems with it. Obviously they upgraded from the 3.8, which was crap. That was a terrible motor. I don't know why this dog's barking at me. So now we're supposedly getting a 4-cylinder turbo option, and then a V6 turbo diesel option is what everyone's thinking. Another upgrade they're thinking about, not thinking about, but they are doing, no one just knows when it's going to get released, is a power soft top. This is an aftermarket best top fastback, but a regular soft top, so it's got the regular square in the back, and it's supposed to be powered. So what everyone's thinking is that that's going to come with an upgraded version, because there are a couple new versions of Jeeps that you can get. You know, Jeep's always got the fun versions they do, like the Willys, what are the other ones? The Altitude Edition. They like to do fun editions. So there's supposedly an Overlander edition coming, and they're thinking that one, everyone's speculation is that that one's going to have the power soft top on it, but no one knows for sure. It's all kind of just speculation. But the Jeep will be released in November at the auto show, and that's when we'll know concrete details. I'm sure more stuff will be released between now and then, but my thoughts are, those are the differences between the JK and the JL. I don't think it's enough for me to go in and trade my Jeep in when one comes out. I would wait for the Jeep truck to come out, the JT, because I think that's a huge difference. You're getting a whole, I think they'll make some more upgrades. Maybe they'll have different options by then because they'll kind of have figured out what worked with the different motors they're going to test out. And then, you know, you're getting a bed in the back of your truck, plus you're getting 4 doors. So I think it's a really cool option. That is something I may trade my Jeep in for because I've always wanted that. I really like, you know, the Brute conversions. I think those are fucking sweet. So I think those are really cool. So I would trade mine in maybe for the JT, but for the JL, I don't think it's worth it. Now, if you're just getting into Jeeps and you're looking for a new Jeep Wrangler, that's probably the best way to go because you'll have the most updated version. I've just witnessed that with new vehicles, always the new version is not the best version. There's always like refinements to be done. So when the Wrangler first came out, they realized that the 3.8 liter motor was crap and the interior needed to be revised to keep up with today's standards, so they upgraded to the 3.6 Pentastar. They totally redid the interior, made it a lot more modern looking, a lot more comfortable, and it's definitely a better vehicle. So the 2007 to 2011 Jeeps was kind of like a test period for the new 4-door Wrangler to come out, and then 2012 we got the upgraded motor and the upgraded interior and a couple other small things, but those were the biggest things that everyone was looking for. So that could be the same thing with the JL, is that when we get it, it doesn't really live up to the hype that everyone's really hyping it up to be, and then when they come out with their second version of it, or maybe when they come out with the Jeep truck, they'll have figured out some of the quirks, some of the things that worked and didn't work. So I won't be trading mine in. I've put a fair amount of money into mine and there's still things I want to do to it. So for my sake, I'll be keeping my JKU Rubicon. I've put a good amount of money into it. There's not, the changes between the new JL and mine are not big enough for me to want to trade mine in and start over. I don't mind starting over on a build, but with the differences being that subtle, I'll just be keeping mine. And like I said, maybe when the JT comes out, I'll reevaluate, see where I'm at with the Jeep at that point. Because I would love to have a Jeep truck. I think that would be really cool. So if it's your first time stopping in, make sure you comment, like, subscribe. If you liked the video, give it a big thumbs up, and we'll see you guys on the next one. If you haven't signed up for the Moab trip or you're just hearing about it, the link is in the description below. We have filled up half of the spots already. We have 15 Jeeps signed up, ready to go to Moab. So thank you to everyone that's signed up. Remember, it's free. All you have to do is get out there, pay for your lodging, pay for your food. There's some free stuff from sponsors that you'll be getting, but really it's just going to be a good time out on the trails, and nothing beats Moab in October. So October 21st, 22nd, link is in the description below. Email me or DM me if you have any questions on it, but make sure you guys sign up because the spots are filling up quite fast. Alright, see you guys on the next one.